Hi, everybody. Today, caregivers are asking the question, why didn't I know better? Why didn't I think more about that? Why did I make that mistake? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. My website is PamelaDWilson.com. On that website is a lot of helpful information for caregivers and aging adults. And in this video post, there is a link to a podcast called What Do Caregivers Need Most? You can listen to it, read it, and share it. Let's talk about why did I make that mistake? Sometimes in caregiving, we have to be more investigative. We have to evaluate information, and we want to ask questions. Also, we have to provide a little bit of background. So it depends on what context you made that mistake in. Was it taking the word of a physician about a medication that caused a significant side effect when you weren't really sure about it in the first place and you should have asked a question and you didn't? That's just one example of the things that happen in caregiving situations. When we look at making decisions or making choices about caregiving for ourselves or for elderly parents, we want to look at the person who is giving us that information. Obviously, doctors have experience, they're mostly trusted, but for other people, is it someone you trust? Do they have the background? Do they have the skills and the education to be answering the question or answering the situation that you're asking about? Are they honest? Do you see them as reliable? Do they provide good information? That's the person that you're talking to. Then for yourself, what do you know about the issue? Is it about a medication? Is it about a health condition for your parent? Maybe a surgery recommendation or a treatment? What do you know about that, and what questions should you be asking? Then we have the idea of context. What's context? Context would be somebody saying to me, "Oh, Pamela, should I get my parent one of those I've fallen and I can't get up buttons?" If I don't ask that person more questions, if I just say yes or no, I could be giving the person the wrong answer because I don't understand the whole situation. And I've fallen and I can't get up button for a person with Alzheimer's may not work at all because they're not going to remember to push the button. Do you see what context means? As the caregiver, we want to make sure that if we're asking someone something, if they're not asking you more questions to find out about your situation, that's the first sign that you might be about ready to make a mistake. You want to provide as much information as possible. The problem is, sometimes you don't know what information a person needs to be able to help you. If they're not asking questions, they may not be the right person. When we think about, let's talk about social proof and social media. There's all of these opinions going on social media. And many times people will post something and they'll get a lot of negative responses and maybe sometimes be unfriended because their friends don't agree with them. Social media and the news is very emotional, and it really seeks to raise our emotions, to get us to feel one way or another, not really in the middle, which is really a good place to be, because then we could ask opinions about, well, if I agree with yes, what does that mean? If I agree with no, what does that mean? In all situations, we want to be able to evaluate the answer, evaluate the recommendation so that we're not thinking, oh, why did I make that mistake? As a caregiver, as an older adult, any situation that you're going through, try to look at both sides. Look at the pros, look at the cons, and then decide. Make sure that you're asking enough questions. And the question to always ask is, what question should I be asking you about this? What don't I know? If you're truly the expert, help me think through this decision, help me make this decision, and make the right decision. I'm Pamela D. Wilson, Help for Caregivers is on my website at PamelaDWilson.com. You can join my Facebook caregiver support group. It's called the Caregiving Trap. On my website is my blog, my library, my online caregiver course called Stay at Home and Beyond, taking care of elderly parents. Plenty of videos, a lot of free information and information also for purchase, like my book, The Caregiving Trap. Have a fabulous day today. I'll see you soon in another video.